Thank you for being here, Anna. Thanks for coming. I must say I'm delighted to be again with undergraduate students because I usually, I don't teach anymore, and it's a bit of a pity because it's always great to be with young guys who feel younger. So I'm going to talk a little bit about sustainable technology. So I'm an engineer and I've been working on nature-based solutions for water and purification of water, but also reuse and recycling of water. And as you've seen by quite everyone actually who talked today, water is the key resource and the key obstacle as well when it comes to growing food. And if we want to do it in a more sustainable way, actually we need to use water in far better and far more sustainable way. So current farming challenges are, in urban areas, are this densification and also there is not enough space, even in rural areas, to grow food. There is a huge disconnection between where people live and where food is grown. So basically one of the biggest issues that we have is transport of food from where it's grown to where it's used, as well as food storage and everything that goes around moving food around. The problem, which you know, the biggest reason why we need to grow more food is that almost half of the food is wasted in this journey. So massive volume of food is wasted due to exactly transport storage. And of course we have these nutrient and energy and water challenges, and no waste resource recovery really is happening these days. So because of this, I call it polarization, where people live and where food is grown, we have huge technical issues. So one of the solutions for that would be to start growing food in our cities. And it looks like maybe not possible because urban space is so dense and very, very much about highly valued and very expensive. But I've been working for a long time with something called water-sensitive urban design, or how we actually can manage water, treat water, but these days we are talking even growing food within urban environments. So I'm going to run you through video. Yes, I don't need this. So these are actually green walls. So Ed here, he developed some of the first prototypes of green walls for grey water recycling. So as you shower, water goes down the wall, gets cleaned, and then can be reused for toilet flushing. Nothing stopped us to reuse this water actually for agriculture. And we've been working on something called rain gardens. So every time it rains, this water that comes off street is filtered through rain gardens, through beautiful gardens. And the latest stuff we were doing, we were not using them to grow flowers, as majority of these systems are now used, but actually grow food. So that's another idea. The best bit of this system is that they usually look good. When we've done some economical evaluation why people install these systems called water-sensitive urban design is because they add value to the urban space. Urban heat island we talked about actually is mitigated by green spaces. Here's an example of orchard, urban orchard. So think about all this wastewater or storm runoff that's treated and then used in this beautiful orchard, which is used by people to enjoy themselves, to grow food. We have something called recycled wastewater, which again is treated to the level that can be used for food production. What is great about this model is that food is grown where it is used. So it cuts that sort of transportation issue and storage issue that I talked about. So I'm just presenting quickly some technologies which are nature-based solutions. They treat water to the level which can be directly used for non-potable uses. So it's not a good idea to drink this water, but actually, just to give you some idea, Israel, they reuse 75% of their wastewater for irrigation of agricultural land. But they're doing it on a big scale outside the cities here. We are talking about doing it in a smart, and I would call it cute way, within the city. So I'll just try to explain this a bit more in this food production nexus. So you have a plant system, which is food, and you do need soil and nutrients to grow this food, but also atmosphere is related there. So basically you need light, you need obviously O2 and CO2, and you need to control these things because you can't grow food these days just in a natural space. You can, but effectiveness in production is not very high. So energy input like thermal, electrical, and solar can be used. These nutrients, and this is where innovation in our space being for a long time, is not to use fertilizer, for which you need another additional, I'll call it source of energy, and as we talked about, phosphorus being one of the key limiting, but you actually use this wastewater. So if you have, I'll call it safe wastewater, you can use nutrients in grey water, in wastewater to grow. Because if you think about polluted water, often it's polluted because it has so much nutrients. Nitrogen and phosphorus are the key pollutants in water, but actually they're fertilizers. So it's actually source for your plants. But when it's in water, it's a pollution. So good thing is that you can then harvest that and then even think about biomass for recycling. However, it looks like a good idea. We can do it in this organized way. But if you are to use all this stuff like wastewater for watering as well as for nutrient supply, you have to think about lots of issues. Hazard control of pathogen, metals, organics, and nasty things which is in this water is a big issue. Why it's not happening on a widespread way is because of these issues. So if you are to think about reusing wastewater for your food production in your projects today, you have to think how to control these things. The other thing you have to control is the whole process. As I said, growing food in such a, I don't want to call it unnatural environment, but it's very engineered environment. It's a lot about real-time control of what's going on there. So that's another challenge which is huge. And I mentioned this water being a very good source of both water as well as nutrients. So just giving you a very simple slide, which went weird, that there are 3 types of water in urban environments that you can use. They are all wastewater types, but they're very different. The first one, which we actually love using, is grey water. What's great about grey water is there all the time, and it's not that polluted. So it's water from your showers, your laundry. I don't like kitchen water, honestly. That's usually a problematic one. But showers, it's not bad stuff, just what comes off you. And that can be used for growing food very easily. This water contains nitrogen and phosphorus, a lot, not a lot, but reasonable amount, which is food for plants. What it contains, which is not great, are microorganisms. Still, it's not highly pathogenic, but still you have to think about that. Stormwater is another source which often, when it comes to these pathogens, could be better. If it just runs off roads, it's much better, but it's got heavy metals. So heavy metals are the key problem. Wastewater is the most problematic one, and I would say maybe stay away from that because it's seriously complicated. So just to finish, often if you want to grow food of a higher quality, you would need to have some treatment. And this treatment does not have to be serious, I'm sorry to say, like stuff that Greg does, membranes and high level. It can be nature-based solutions, these rain gardens. So this is a rain garden. Every time, or grey water, every time storm water comes from our streets or grey water comes from our shower, it goes through filtration system. And this filtration system can have trees, shrubs, and flowers, but some types of food as well. And what comes out, is pretty good quality. So we studied this, and we were finding that what comes out from these engineered green filters is pretty good stuff, which can be used without many problems for growing food. And these systems also can add amenity, beauty to your cities. So no additional water needs, no additional nutrient needs, low energy, clean water production. So these are kind of things which you get. Just quickly to show some possible systems. So in urban areas, you can have vertical gardens, industrial sites, which are usually big hangars, or buildings. So this is a real beautiful green wall, and Veljko, who will stay here with you, he said he will be coming. He actually did PhD on this sort of stuff, not for food but for flowers. But why not growing a salad there? Or communal horizontal gardens. Vertical gardens take far less space, and in cities, space is premium. And as I said, they're low water users and energy users, but they take space, and as I said, that's a challenge. So the finish, making urban gardens sustainable is possible, but there are lots of problems, and particularly if you are reusing water. Think about accumulation of pollutants, think about these hazards, and definitely issues related to energy and production and these works. I would like to thank Veljko, who actually helped me put this together and who wants to do more work in this space, so I'm sure you can benefit from his wisdom. Any questions?